Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Hangout. I am here. So, we do monthly workshops on a monthly basis, the last Wednesday of every month. And I have an amazing product for you to look at. My buddy, Dale Funk, is the one of the founders, but certainly the developer of Cardfly, the digital business card that is going to rock your world. And I want to just introduce you. Dale, say hey.
How's it going?
We are doing super duper. We're on and we're going to have some really exciting stuff happening. Dale, I was trying to figure out, we did a workshop about what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, probably 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
I think, and so I've been using Cardfly for, I don't know, at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that or so.
Yeah, well, probably 3 years because we launched around 2021, 2022.
Okay, awesome. So tell everybody about Cardfly. What was the reasons for it? And I know Lenny, your partner, is going to jump on when he can. But let's talk about Tell me about Cardfly and why you guys launched it.
Basically, during COVID, a lot of people were just networking differently, not handing out business cards, and just doing stuff a lot differently. And there was a few options out there, but like none of them really had what I thought they should have. And I've been going to networking events for years, and I just always thought business cards were just kind of dumb in my eyes. Like I've been in an agency for almost 20 years. I just always hated business cards. I just thought like they get thrown away immediately. There's got to be a better way. And then we just kind of launched Cardfly based off, we had another real estate software and someone weirdly wanted a digital business card in it. So we added that as part of as part of Piler. And we realized, well, actually this is a pretty cool product. So then we created Cardfly out of it basically.
I remember you guys primarily started with real estate agents, yes?
Yeah, we have a lot, and we still have our big user base is still real estate agents, but it's
Here comes Lenny now.
Hello.
Hey, Lenny, we're just ready to talk about real estate, so that's good. Hey, everybody, this is Lenny. Lenny, we were just doing some introductions, so I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Lenny Hernandez, co-founder of Cardfly, and also a full-time real estate investor for it feels like many years, but since 2001.
Good deal. We were just kind of talking about that it's been about 3 years since I've been using Cardfly, and primarily you guys started in the real estate, and that's probably a huge focus of yours still in that real estate industry.
100%. When we first started, we were utilizing the tools on Cardfly, which we didn't have a name for it, but we were utilizing it to send messages, text messages to potential sellers, and it was a quick way to direct where we wanted them to focus, like the website, who we were, and all that stuff. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we created it, and it was part of Piler, and that's someone I don't remember who it was, but someone asked it to be a feature essentially, and we built it, and then realized, oh, this is actually a pretty cool product, and then we've changed it 4 or 5 times since then.
Yeah,
that's good. So. And I know Dale was talking about the reason for starting it. Obviously, during COVID, you're not handing out business cards. You're networking differently. And when I started it, I'll tell you what, I mean, people were like shocked. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Digital business card. And I know that there's probably a lot of other digital business cards out there, but I cannot find the value that you guys offer anywhere else.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that. No, that's great. And we've put a lot of thought and stuff into particularly the back end of the platform, right? Because that's really where all the magic happens, right?
Let's talk about that just a little bit, because I think that is really, really important, where people forget, like, why do people want a digital business card? Why? What's the reason?
Well, for one thing, and this is the research we did a long time ago, is that I don't know. Whenever I get a business card for someone, I have them neatly packed away in a place that I never look at them again, right? But they say that 90% of business cards, is it 90, Dale, or is it?
It's like it ranges from 80 to 90% get thrown away
within the first 24 hours.
Yeah, Lenny at least says mine immediately go to the trash or in a backpack that I'll find 3 years later.
Yeah. Or spread out on your desk like you don't even know what's going on. You've got so much stuff there. It's like granola happened or something on your desk, and you're like, okay, wait, I pick up this card. Okay, come on. Oh, is this an important one? Do I remember this person? Nope. Poop.
It's so, I don't know how, it used to be a lot different then when we were passing out business cards, but now with digital, now, we're keeping everybody in the CRM. Now we know who to market to. Now we're doing a whole bunch of different things.
And I think that that's important. I'd like to talk a little bit about the back end, because I think that's where all the secret sauce is that people don't think about.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, like I always tell people when, like, how I use Cardfly versus how someone else uses it. Like, a lot of people have the NFC card, but to me, I always just hold my phone out and I just hand them the phone and I just say, put your information here, which is the exchange contact button, because the back end is where I'm going to get their information. They'll get mine as well, but then it at least gives me the ability to tag them, say where I met them at, and then it gives me the ability to follow up with them, which is really, as a business owner, that's what really you want to control, is how much you're following up with them versus they follow up with you.
Correct.
So Dale, you're saying, for example, when I'm at, whatever it is, then what you do, and that's pretty much what I do. I'm like, hey, share my card or save my card, and I hand it to them and they put their information in, and then I make sure. Now, the one thing I think that's smart for you is that you tag them right away.
I do. I go in, if I meet someone, I tag them with the event that I met them at. I tag them with like personal characteristics, how I can remember them, basically, how I met them, how I remember them. But yeah, I go through and I tag them and I do follow-up notes and stuff like that for each one.
That's great. That is great. So Lenny, I know that you're still obviously heavy into the real estate. Mm-hmm. And how have you found like real estate agents? And because I service mostly my people are, I would say, service-based people. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you are missing the boat on what you can do with this.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with, for example, like QR codes, where, now they can, instead of a lot of realtors, they have a showing, and the typical way is they're putting business cards right on the counter, right? Somebody, your competition, could come in, take all those cards or whatever, and nobody will ever see them again. The way that we're seeing agents now do it is with a QR code. They scan it, they put their information. Now they have everybody's information who went there to the property. Now those people are in the CRM. That QR code was dedicated right to that particular property, right? And now they have a list of who knows how many people. So every time I go there and I see cards just sitting there on a counter, it's always like, wow, this is so not a good way to do it. It's not a good way to do it.
Yeah. So before, I think that it would be nice to maybe one of you can say, because people say, I think they're thinking, well, what CRM? Because I don't have a CRM that this goes to. So I think that's important. Yep. So that they know when you have Cardfly, you kind of have your own mini CRM.
Oh yeah. And it's not kind of, you have your own CRM. Yes. And there's actually people that use this CRM as their only CRM. Obviously CRMs, can be very extensive. You can do everything, but we built this in a way that, all your information, all the phone, you can even make phone calls from the CRM.
Wow. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, Dale or Lenny, Dale, do you want to show us a little bit of it?
Yeah, let me show you some of it here. Let me just pull it back. I'm just going to show you the CRM to start with.
You got it. And I think, Dale, well, you already know you can just present or invite. Yeah. Okay, got it.
All right,
and then we'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end, and I'll tell you, hey, what some questions that people are asking. But we are streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Can you see my screen?
I can't. No, I think. Hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. Woo-hoo.
You got it?
Yep, you're good. Okay.
So this is basically what the back end looks like. This is your cards page. The CRM is here, which is under contacts. And it doesn't look like a lot from the surface, but if you click on someone's name, like you can add notes to them, you can add tags to them. If a contact is exchanged, it'll automatically tag them as contact exchange. If a business card is scanned, it'll automatically tag them as a business card scan. So with Cardfly now, you have the ability to take a picture of a business card, and it'll automatically take the name off of it, the phone number, the full name, email, company, and then it'll basically put in the last email sent, which is basically when they met, is when you scanned it essentially. Because it'll scan them and it'll send them an email with your information as well.
That's awesome.
But you can add social media links, you can add phone numbers, you can add multiple emails. There's a lot of stuff you can add back there.
So, and I haven't used the email capability, which is really, really cool, because if I was still at an event and just leaving and I met 5 people that I wanted to contact, what better time to do that than to say, hey, Lenny, hey, Dale, I met you. It was great meeting you tonight. Let's have a follow-up. And that way it's out there, it's done. You're not forgetting or trying to make it, part of your time. Tomorrow, you're already done.
Exactly.
Correct.
Oh, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is kind of what the builder looks like. There's a lot you can do with this, but there's color schemes built. If you are a realtor, there's color schemes built in for almost every single brokerage out there. You can change colors pretty easily. Like here, you can change the main color to whatever you want, and it automatically updates in real time. So if you go to this link now, it'll automatically update real colors.
Awesome.
You can add different, you can add anything you can imagine. You can add social media, any kind of business information, chat, podcast. You can connect events, calendars. You can connect Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, webinars, events. You can add spotlights, which is kind of like, how would you explain that, Lenny? Kind of like a video. You can actually embed podcast players.
I gotta do my podcast on there. Then that's.
You could 100% do that. Yeah.
So like here's one, Chris Porter. He has his podcast embedded in here.
Show it to me the way it would look like in a card, because right now this is the way it would look like on a screen. On a card, it would look like this.
Yeah, this is what it would look like on a card. And you can change the languages. You can choose from over 50 languages. There's so much more you can do with it now.
Which is actually, the languages is super cool, because let's say you are either traveling or you're at an event and you're bilingual, you want to be able to change your language. I mean, that is amazing. That is awesome.
And you can change the default language as well. So there's a lot you can do with it. You can change the fonts of it. So if you're on here, you can kind of go through your card settings, change different fonts, and there's a bunch of different fonts you can use. And obviously it changes everything.
Like 1,000 fonts in there.
Yeah, it changes everything in real time as well. You can remove a logo, add a logo back, remove your name. You can change the font size on a name.
Real time, that's super quick.
Yeah.
So everything's done in real time as well.
Dale, go back to the whole texting. I just saw the text messaging or messaging area.
The messaging area?
Yeah. So I was just looking at something because I had an idea right there. Send an email, and I thought I saw something like chat or something. Maybe I just made it up.
Oh, you're talking about no, she's talking about right here. Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
So this is basically for adding connection points like WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Skype, which is as of today no longer available, Telegram, and you can use custom chats as well.
Oh, so you can add WhatsApp right there. That's
You can add WhatsApp
awesome.
on there. And a lot of people will add chat bots to their card as well. So like Chris has a video here, but you can add chat bots that like show up on the left, show up on the right. You can do it different ways.
That's awesome. So I still think, like I said, this card is so prime for obviously the real estate industry, but service-based industries, whether you're in insurance, whether you've got your own landscaping, it's like a walking billboard, but your own business, like it's your business hub all in one.
Yeah. exactly.
Yeah.
It's a business card with a mini landing page built into it.
Mhm.
Because
Yes.
you can add
Yeah.
videos into it. You can add different call to actions inside videos. You can do everything a landing page can do. Plus, you can actually save it so you have the person's information as well.
Right. Show us one of the little videos that like when the little talking head video.
So here's one, and it actually, I'll just go to this presentation really quick so they can scan this as well. So
Oh,
they scan this. If they scan this, you can actually pull it up yourself.
okay.
This is a realtor out of New Jersey. He's like a luxury real estate agent, and they use theirs a lot. They use their Cardfly really well. But here's kind of what it looks like.
We can't hear it.
Yeah, you can't hear it, but a button will
Because of
show
the,
up.
I think it's because of StreamYard.
Yeah.
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 But a button, you can embed buttons in it. You can do, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do inside this. You can change the fonts to it. You can delay buttons. You can add like a button to just a call button. You could do a Calendly. Yeah, there's a lot of different options you can have in there.
So on the Calendly, for example, that's like obviously book a call with, with whatever, book a call with me, book a call with you. Is it only Calendly or doesn't matter
No.
as long as it's a calendar link?
As long as it's a calendar link, that's all you
Okay.
need.
That's it. That's awesome because I use a different option. So that's super. That is so great.
Yeah, as long as it's calendar, you can use it.
Good deal. So one thing I wanted to do too is talk about how easy it is to share your card, how easy it is to download it, how easy it is to make a card. Because I think people think sometimes that it's like, oh, this is going to be complicated. How am I going to make my digital business card?
Well, we fixed that.
Yep.
We fixed that.
So there's a couple different ways. There's a couple different ways, and I can walk through one really quick just to show you how easy it is. So we have like a manual setup, which is more the classic card setup, or we have an AI card setup, which is a new feature. So basically here, it's a little different on a phone, obviously, than a desktop, but I'll just show you how to do it. So we'll just use Realtor. Doesn't really matter here. Actually, we'll do non-Realtor since most people aren't. Add a picture. See what I have in here. There's a picture of me. Adjust the picture however you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Upload your business card. So on a phone, you would always just take a picture of the business card. And once you do that, it saves the info.
So for example, Dale, hold on. So you're taking a business, say, for example, you're going to take a picture of maybe you've got an actual paper card. So you're going to take a picture of your paper card and it's going to help you build your digital card.
Exactly. So basically what it does is it will extract the data using OCR technology, extract the data from the card, and it'll automatically find your logo. It'll find your logo, locate your email address. You take a picture of yourself and you basically have a card built in like 40 seconds.
Jeez. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you're a realtor or I suppose something else, the logos, for example, all the Remax, the Keller Williams, the blah, 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 they're all there.
They're all there, but the way the AI card is set up now, depending on what kind of website, how your website's built and how it is, it'll actually scrape your logo from your website.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We built that because there was a lot of people that were, saying the same thing. How do you put it together? How do you do that? So we figured that'd be the easiest thing. It took us a while.
That is amazing.
On a phone, it's just the process on a phone is so much simple. It's basically about 7 or 8 questions. You answer those, and then you snap a picture of your business card. It asks you for a profile picture. Click that, and then it basically produces the card in less than a minute.
That is great. That is amazing. You got a lot of Zacks in your contact list.
I do a lot of it's a card I have saved, so I do his as a test all the time.
yeah, that's good. That is great. So I would imagine, Lenny, that this also works really well for insurance people as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Car salespeople.
car salespeople,
car
particularly.
professional,
Yeah.
attorneys. Yep.
Yep.
Everybody needs it.
We like also working directly with the companies itself, because we can, really provide them with a really good plan for if they have, multiple people and stuff. That's what we're trying to do now, is really focus on getting offices and stuff like that. Right.
So let's talk about that, because I know I'm gonna try to help you out there. So let's talk about use an example. I suppose it could be an insurance company, like let's say Progressive. Would that be a good example?
Yeah, even smaller, but yeah, that's perfect.
And then because now they've got, I don't know whether it could be 10 employees or it could be 100 employees. They still, I wonder how much money they spend on a yearly basis with cards
On
going
business.
in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yep.
Oh, it's crazy, because you got to think how many people, especially car salesmen or insurance salesmen or whatever, how many don't last, and then they're ordering new cards, and then those don't last and ordering even new cards. What this is, it's all, you can update it. You can change the URL of it. You can change the name of it. If someone leaves, you just switch that person out, and it costs you $0.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing. Two things I see really, really quickly on that, the benefit of it. Number one, there's nothing worse than having this ugly card that they just gave you that you have to write your name on it because you're new, or they want to say, I don't even know if this dude's going to last or whatever. Yeah. But the thing of it is, the company then, instead of hoping that this guy gives them or reports to hey, how many prospects do you have? Because that is part of sales. You have to report to the person that's going to pay you. How much have you done? What have you done? It actually, the company, it's easier for them to see the progress. And if Lenny and Dale and Kylie are in that CRM, well, then that still belongs to the company.
100%.
Yeah.
You follow what she's saying, right? Which is the main reason why brokers in particularly like that. And car, obviously car dealerships too, right? The turnover, all that CRM information would obviously be kept by the dealership, right? That would be theirs if they ever left, right?
Yeah, all the leads still go down to basically the owner of the account.
Yeah, but also automated, Dale and Lenny, because I've done direct sales. I mean, my first sales job was a card salesperson, right? I learned so much. But the point is, I think one of the hardest things for companies that have multiple salespeople of whatever kind is you need to put those leads into the CRM, into HubSpot, into whatever. Here's my sales thing. Each day you got to do. And they don't do it. So this is what it is. Here's your digital business card, but this is how it is. This is the only thing, the only way you're going to work here is this is how you're going to do it.
Yep.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, we kind of go toward realtors, but it's anyone who's in sales or anyone who's in somewhat business. It's a perfect thing. And there's also a free version as well. So if you don't want to buy the paid version, the free version has a lot of features in it, and it's really good as well.
Okay, let's talk about this, because I think that Cardfly is a bargain. There are loads of other digital business cards out there, but I also know I find them quite expensive. So let's talk about pricing. I think that would be great. The free version, and then what's what?
So the free version comes with limited connection points. I think it's 7 connection points, but it doesn't give you the ability to scan business cards, which is, I think, very important, especially if you go to events and stuff like that. It gives you the virtual background. It doesn't give you the ability to edit it. So just your color is what it is. What else does it give you, Lenny? The free versus the paid.
The sticky video, the video that pops up. Right?
Yeah, the sticky video, you don't get that option. The spotlight features, you don't get those options, but you still get all the different templates. You can completely customizable. It's essentially what you need, but it just doesn't. If you want more of the scanning, more of the AI stuff, automated email, stuff like that, you don't get those features.
Okay, and I'm one of these believers, which is you cannot run a business off of free stuff. You just can't. You can
Yeah.
start because maybe you don't know, you're
Correct.
trying it
You're
out,
testing
you're
it
doing
out.
whatever.
Exactly.
Totally understand. But in order to run your business right, I'm sorry, you got to start paying for stuff, because otherwise you're just doing it as a solopreneur and you don't have any help. This kind of product helps you go further and helps you automate some processes.
Correct. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Your the money that you spend, and which is very minute, is really catapulting you to the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paid version is $100 for the year, right? And that's unlimited connection points, unlimited QR codes. That's another thing, right? Limited QR codes, basically everything that comes with it as well, right?
So you can basically build QR codes. You can use it. Let's say I don't know, you have a event coming up and you just want a QR code for it. You can go into the QR code builder, have the QR code to this email address, or you can have it go to a web address or whatever it is, and you can build unlimited of those.
I have a question, and I think this question is going to probably come up in the FAQ. So, let's say because I'm a serial entrepreneur, and sometimes I go for one event. Maybe it's going to be business in a box, right? But maybe the next event that I go to is going to be for my nonprofit. You can have how many cards on a paid version? 2 cards, Dale?
Two cards. Yep.
2 cards.
2 cards.
That is important, you guys.
Yes.
That is super important.
That. Yeah. We forgot to mention that. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're like someone like most people, they have like a personal business or another business or something else. So it's good to have multiple cards.
Absolutely. And it's super easy to do. And let's talk about the downloading. How do people share their cards? The downloading on your phone, and then how do you do? I think that's a good next point.
There's a couple different ways. So we have like an NFC card as well. So it's like a plastic, looks like a credit card. They can scan that, they can tap it, or they could also, we have an app that's coming out. And then you can also just save the card to your phone. And then just, if you're on your any card and you click share my card, it'll give you the ability to share. If you're on a phone, it's a lot different, obviously.
Yep.
If you click scan my card, they can just scan the QR code, whatever they want. And once they scan that, it'll take them directly to.
You could text it.
Yeah, you can text it. You can put it in WhatsApp. You can do a lot of different features with it.
I think there's that little share, whatever we call that little share.
Yeah, the share my card button.
Yeah, then I think that's what you can do, which then gives you the option to either text it, scan it, send it to WhatsApp or whatever.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it'll bring up if you're on iPhone versus Android, it'll bring up your most recent contacts, or you can also just type a number in, or you can email it. There's a bunch of different ways you can share it.
That's good. So one thing I just brought a thought to my mind, which is like, again, going back to the realtors, because I spent 25 years as commercial real estate. I think that, Lenny, the fact, and maybe this is a good one for you, which is like you probably have groups of people, for example, agents.
Yep.
And then you've also got investors.
Yes. Yep.
You probably have your deal flow, and
Yep.
you can keep them all kind of separate in your own CRM so that you've got control of them, right?
That's correct. And Kylie, one more thing too that's important is we go to a lot of events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of real estate events and stuff like that. The share button on your card, those questions that are there when you share, you can change that for whatever venue you're at. We provided that in the system that you could just change it to whatever questions you want to know. Let's say you're at an event that's just for distressed real estate, right? And you're going to meet with a whole bunch of people that are in distressed situations, right?
Right.
So now you set up your card in that particular way, with the question you want to ask. Now
it could be when is your time frame to sell, or when
exactly all that stuff. So you can modify that. And what we did when we were looking at cards, being that we're in different businesses and we were looking at what do the cards have that are out there right now and what do they don't have, right? And then we started playing around with, all right, well, it would be great if they had this. And so basically every time we did a feature, it's because any card doesn't really provide that, right?
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. Everybody shouldn't be the same information, like name, email. Maybe you don't want their email, whatever. Maybe you want other questions, right? So we thought that was important.
That's really good. Okay, I have a personal ask. So back in the day, I'm saying it must have been pre-COVID. and I don't know why. I'm thinking there's some sort of like private thing. Um, you know, LinkedIn had this amazing tool that was when you were at an event, you went to your home screen and you said scan, right? And if everybody scanned it, I could immediately connect to you, to Lenny, to Dale, to this, to that, to whoever was around me.
Okay.
Nobody does it. It's phenomenal. So it's almost like,
It's like a
you're
geofence.
exactly, it is. And perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's a privacy thing, but here, in other words, but what difference does it make? You are there at a networking event to network. Are you not there? Believe me, everybody loved it.
I do like it. That's pretty cool.
Okay, I get some points for that.
Yeah.
I have a friend at every event he goes to. He turns on his AirDrop and he AirDrops his card to everyone that has AirDrop on. Every single time, and it's hilarious that people will accept it, and then like you'd be surprised the context he's made out of it.
Really?
No, but see, Dale, it's the same thing. Now I don't use AirDrop because I'm a Droid girl, right? I'm a Samsung Droid girl, but it's the same idea. And now what you're doing, plus I think you could get more shares and more action, more eyes on Cardfly because of that.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
I'm trying to think how they would do that. I guess it would just based off. You were on the LinkedIn app, correct?
I was on the LinkedIn app, and I'm telling you, I think the last time, you could probably Google it as a dev, like a dev search or something. But the last time I'm remembering using it was probably about 2017. We were all at a big capital raise event. That's where I ended up meeting Jeff and Greg and everybody. So that's right at that time. And LinkedIn, you went right to the home screen, and right at that home button, it said like find or share or something like that. So, and everybody had to have theirs on in order to do it. So if it was a privacy thing and you didn't want it, well, then you just simply didn't turn it on.
Yeah. Or you didn't accept it, right?
Right. You didn't accept it. It was no big deal.
So I wonder if that would work, Dale, for just people on Cardfly, or can you do it so that it hits everybody?
It would have to be, I'm assuming how LinkedIn does it, it's whoever has the app, and then it's just sharing real-time data. I'm assuming why they took it away is probably that's not allowed anymore, because all it is an app. You can see who's using your app and where they are. And I'm guessing they were just, let's say you were at the Hilton in San Diego and there's 500 people at the Hilton. They recognize that as like kind of an event, and then you can kind of network with each other there.
Right.
It's just like Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and someone else on Facebook near you, currently you'll get not a friend request, but you'll get you may know this person. Yeah. And it may not be someone you know, but they just have to be near you.
Yeah.
So it's just the app basically communicating with each other essentially.
I wonder I don't
know if that's so allowed, but it would be possible to do it.
Okay, but we have to. So I think we're onto something no matter what, because you're there to network, for God's sakes. That's what you're there for. So, you're wanting people, or it could be, people that are in the same industry, or people that are like, if you're at an event at a conference or whatever, you could turn it on, and whoever is around you at your booth or whatever, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. All right, let's look and see what some questions that are coming in. Some people, so one of the questions are you industry agnostic?
Well, the way that we set it up, it could be any industry, right?
Yeah.
We started with realtors, but we've done everything, trucking, doctors,
a lot of fitness people, you name it. We have chefs, we have a couple hairstylists, we have a lot of truckers, you name it. It's not industry specific, because if you're in business at all, it's important to have a business card, especially digital, whether it's us or not. But no, it's not industry specific. It's anything basically.
Okay, that's good. And then the other question is, if I'm going to go to an event, how would I set my card up before going to the event?
You want to show them, Dale? You want to show
Yeah,
them?
so we'll just do the manual process to show you that way, because a lot of people don't even have physical business cards. Here, let me share my screen again. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
What about now?
Okay, hang on. I think good. Yep, hang on 1 second. Good deal.
Okay, perfect. See it.
All right. So I'm just going to do just a classic card setup, because this is what most people will do. We'll just put full name, their position. You add a photo. We'll add me again. You pick your URL. You can name it your name. You can name it whatever you want.
That's good to know, Neil.
You automatically check to see if it's available. If it's not, it'll show up that it's not. Click next. This is your email that you're going to get all your notifications to. So let's say you want your card to have one email, but let's say you have a Gmail address that you want everyone else to go to. So we'll just put you choose like your business type, whatever it might be, realtor. If it's realtor, it's going to prompt you with some other questions, because it automatically has these logos and color schemes pre-built in here. But if you're not a realtor, let's just say you're legal, write your company name down, upload a logo. I don't even know what logos I have in here, but AIN actually.
That's good.
It automatically pulls the colors from your logo as well.
That's super cool.
And then you choose the different card layouts. We have a bunch of different ones now. Some have videos, some don't. So we'll just choose this one. Actually, we'll go this one. Add your social medias. Let's do. You just put your username, or you can put the actual Instagram link. Either one of them works. Click save, and that's basically your card.
Now their question was, how do you set up for an event? So go to the share, I guess, to the exchange contact information. I think that's what they were asking.
Yeah.
They were starting from scratch. Now you have your card, and now you want to set up the different questions. Show them what the questions are right now that they would see on the exchange.
So the questions you're going to see are basically full name, email, phone number, where do we meet, company. And the reason why the where do we meet is important, because inside of here, if you go to contacts, you go to filter, you can filter by where we met, like different things here. Open house, and it'll show you different things. But if you want to change the questions, we have it called exchange form settings here. You can just add a field. You can remove fields. You can make them required. So if we remove, we'll just remove this one. What full name you need. We'll just remove phone number. Where do we meet? Company. You can remove all those. You can add a field. So let's say you want to add like, what would you add? Like business type or something like that. You can do a long input, email address, website input, text input.
Fundraiser, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah, make it required. So then if you go to this card now, you click exchange contact. I removed a bunch, but you'll see business type here.
Right.
And you can
That's
make that
awesome.
a long one too. So if you go back here to exchange form settings, we'll add these back in here. And we'll change this one to, that's, okay. You refresh. Then you have all of them back in there. So everything's done in real time. You can add, like, I have a client who's a personal trainer on here, and he asks like what your weight loss goals are or what your goals are in general, whether it's to lose weight,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
get in shape.
Yep.
You can do a bunch of different ones. Some realtors have in there desired location, bedrooms, bathrooms, price they're interested in staying under. If you're a realtor, there's a lot of realtor tools that are built in here, like mortgage calculators and stuff like that also.
That's awesome. That's great. So one last thing, you guys, I want to talk about before is the incentive when somebody buys a card through your card. Just talk a little bit about that, and then we'll close it up.
So basically, anyone, let's say you have a card, and on the bottom of every single card right here is build your own, and you kind of recognize, you kind of see it down here, right here, you'll see it. It'll have my affiliate link. So anyone who either, if they sign up for a free card, is the affiliate, as the card owner, I'm credited with their free sign up. So if they ever upgrade, then you make 25% per sale. So every time someone purchases a card, you basically make 25%. So if you get 3 or 4 cards, you basically broke it even.
Right. And you know what? No, you're not going to get rich on it, but who doesn't want like a little bit like, hey, thanks for the coffee. Thanks for the little freebie.
Yeah.
I like it. Yep.
Yeah.
Going out to eat. Yep.
Yep, 100%, 100%. I love this, you guys. All right, you guys, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, we're going to have show notes. We're going to have my affiliate link for downloading, sharing your own card, building your own card. These guys are somebody to watch, you all. I've been working with them for 3 or 4 years, and I'm so impressed with all of the tools that you guys build out. And the nice thing about this is you can talk to people, you can, Dale will help, Lenny will help. There's a team that will help. And this isn't just, build it and they will come and forget about you. And so you've got real people to be able to help you out. And
we want suggestions. If somebody has a good idea, like the idea you came up with, that sounds really good. And trust me, we're going to talk about that, right? That's what we're here for, right? We want to make the product even better.
And we have live chat support too. So if you ever run into a problem, just click the live chat button, and usually someone's on there to help you.
I love it. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us to the for the Entrepreneurs Hangout monthly workshop. We hope that this has been super, super helpful for you to help you grow and scale your business. Bye for now.
All right, see you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.